Wake up, baby, all the stars are shining bright. Yeah, we should stay up so that we can look at them all night.
Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today is the annual stitch along that we have for the holiday season. Always designed by Jeannie, and this is her second time going at it, and I think it's pretty amazing. This is the Calming Comfort Afghan that will bring you a lot of joy when it comes to these kind of stitches that you get to play with today. So this is going to be a 4-part series. We're going to be getting started. We did do a gauge check. I'd recommend that for you if you wish. She did it in a solid color and also in this. So I'm going to stipulate what my assumptions are for you, and again, keep an eye on the comments of any of these videos. If there's any changes that we see, we have tested the pattern, but if there's any changes you will see those in the comments itself. So let's begin and let's go through some assumptions. So here's some assumptions that I'm going to do. I'm going to film this in one color, so if you would like to change the color, please refer to this pattern. It has the breakdown for the colors. When it says break A, that is the color A, and then it says with B, that's the color B. So we have all those colors separated for you just in case. I'm also only going to film how to start a side and finish a side. So I'll get you started on a side, and then I'll tell you what the repeat is, and each side when it ends, it always ends the same way. So I'm going to then just pick you up on this to show you what the other side of this will look like, and then just bring you here. It's gonna be like the gingerbread Afghan where I'm only filming a portion of it, and it helps me to speed along in order to teach you this, but there's a lot of stitch work involved that is pretty much repeating itself as you go. So as I do something like this, for example, I will give you the set of instruction, and then you can refer to the here if you have any questions as well. So I'm going to get started. You'll need a 5.5mm size eye crochet hook. If you did your gauge check and it's a different hook, please use that. I'm also going to just do this as a one color as I said, but if you would like to change the color, make sure that you finish the corners exactly as written here, and I'm just gonna carry on in this pattern itself. So without further ado, we're gonna get ourselves started, and let's begin the Calming Comfort Afghan now. Okay, let's begin, and we are going to start with a slip knot and chain 3 to begin. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do 12 double crochets in this first one. This chain work that I just created is not going to count as a stitch in the future, so I want you to put 12 double crochets into the very first chain that you started with. So we have 1, 2, 11, and 12. Please make sure that you do have 12. Remember that first chain does not count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I want you to slip stitch to the first double crochet that you had. And that's round number 1. Let's begin round number 2. You're going to chain 1 and you'll single crochet in the very first stitch. Then you're going to chain 1 and then single crochet in the next stitch. And then chain 1 and then single crochet the next stitch, and I need you to do that all the way around. This is round number 2. I'll see you at the end of the round. As I'm coming all the way around, I'm just going to chain 1. Now this looks like it's a stitch, but it's not. It's a carry over, so make sure that you do not include that in your stitch work because it'll add an extra stitch to you. So you should be able to and slip stitch to the beginning single crochet. So you should be able to count 12 single crochets and 12 chain 1 spaces. You should know that also Jeannie also wrote the stitch counts for each one of the sides and rounds that we have, and so you'll be able to find that on the pattern as well. So if you need that information, please go and look at that. Let's begin now round number 3. Now round number 2 had us ending the color, but I'm not going to do that. So for myself is that I want to slip stitch myself into the next chain 1 space. So if you have a new color, just start in the next chain 1 space. So just you decide what you're going to do with that. Now you're going to do a beginning popcorn. So to do a beginning popcorn, it states that in the special stitches, and what you're going to do is chain 2, and that will count as one of the pieces of the popcorn, and I need you to put in 3 more double crochets into that chain 1 space. We do our beginning popcorn slightly different from other people. We always do chain 2 because it will look more compact and it looks better. So once you get the other 3 in there, release it and go to the top of the chain 2 from the front to the back. Pick up that hook, or sorry, pick up that loop, pull through, and chain 1 will lock it so that it stays puffy. So now you're going to chain 2 and you're gonna come to the next chain 1 space right here, and you're going to do the exact same thing. So this time it's a regular popcorn. So a regular popcorn is made up of 4 double crochets. So just put 4 double crochets in that chain 1 space. Okay, and then put it into the beginning. Grab the loop, pull through, chain 1 locks it, and then chain 2 to move on, and then come to the next chain 1 space. So I need you to do this all the way around. You should have a total of 12 popcorns. That includes that beginning popcorn and 12 chain 2 spaces. Please do that all the way around. This is round number 3. I'm coming up to the end of number 3. I've done my chain 2 after I finish my popcorn, and then I'm just going to slip stitch it to the beginning popcorn to seal the deal. Now you can end the color if you want to as per the instruction, or keep the color going. It's up to you. And that's where we are. Make sure that you do have 12 popcorns so that you can actually count that, and I'll be right back and we start number 4. So for those that are continuing on right where we need to go, you just need to slip stitch yourself to the next chain 2 space. For those that are starting a new color, just do a standing single crochet, or you can just attach it, chain 1 and single crochet in that space if you want to. In this space what we have is that I'm just gonna chain 1 and I'm gonna put 3 single crochets in there. Okay, so each chain 2 space is gonna have 3 single crochets. We're going to do a front post single crochet around the popcorn, so just going from side to side on the front, and make that as a front post single crochet. So let's review. The next chain 2 space is gonna have 3 single crochets, and then do a front post single crochet around the popcorn, and that's allowing it to pull itself open and have a beautiful look. And so then 3 single crochets in the next chain 2 space, and then a front post single crochet around the popcorn. Please do that all the way around. I'll be back in a moment. I'm coming up to the end of number 4, just filling in my chain 2 space with 3 single crochets, and don't forget the last one then is a front post single crochet around the popcorn that you started with, and attach it to the beginning single crochet. So you can see it keeps it nice and open. It has a nice 3-dimensional look as well. Let's move on to round number 5. In round number 5 we're now going to convert to a square. So let's take this step by step. Right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 1 and you are going to apply a single crochet in the same one that you did the attachment with. Now here we go. 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. Then 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we have 1 and 2. And now in the next stitch we're going to apply the corner. So it'll be 1 treble, chain 2, and 1 treble. So here we go. So let's start this new side. Let's do a fresh side so that you can have the full side. So we're going to start with the very next one, and you're going to apply 1 double crochet in the next 2. So 1 and 2. We tried to do the counts so that it was nice and easy for you. Half double crochet in the next 2. One single crochet in the next 3. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So now we're gonna get bigger again. So 1 half double crochet in the next 2. 1 double crochet in the next 2. And then you have a new corner. So the corners are your trebles. So you'll apply a treble, chain 2, and a treble. So just reverse this video back if you need to see a full side again, and I'll meet you on the ending of this side. This is round number 5. So I'm coming around on number 5. I've just put in my corner, so then after the corner's in you'll have 2 double crochet, so 1 in each, and then the last 2 stitches are 1 half double crochet as well. And then you're just going to join it to the first single crochet, and that will complete that. Even if you're keeping the same color at this particular point, I recommend to you that you get rid of this now. So I'm gonna continue with the same color, but just finish this off. Even for the color breakdown you will want to finish that off as well. Let me show you how to weave in the ends while I'm here. So to do that, just any kind of ends that you have, I'd recommend that you, because Jeannie has a lot of color changes, do it as you go, therefore you won't have something at the end that looks like Cousin It. And I prefer to do it as I go instead of looking at the final project at the end and like really regretting that you didn't do it. So going back and forth a total of 3 times is the magic answer for that. The further that you dive in the stitches the better, but don't you dare make sure that needle never hits the good side. So if you turn it around and you can see it clearly, it means that you've gone too deep. So just stay within the stitch work here on the behind. So that will end that, and what I'm going to do then is that we're going to start up in round number 6 and we'll start officially in the corners. So let's start and do number 6. So we're starting officially as the corners. So start in the corner with a standing single crochet. So how we do that is that we put it onto the hook first and pull through. You still have 2 loops on the hook, pull through those 2. That'll count as your first single crochet, which is called the standing single crochet. Now nice and simple, I want you just to single crochet yourself all the way across until the next corner. The corners on this round will be 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and I will meet you at the end of this round in a few moments. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch with your corners of 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put a word of caution in here. As you're going across right where I stopped, whenever you do this slip stitching to join, that always looks like an extra stitch. Make sure that you are not including that as an extra stitch. Make sure you jump right over it. So it's right here, jump right over it and go across. So as I told you already, Jeannie put the number of stitches across, so you will know for sure if you added it, if you count across and it's more than what she suggested in the pattern. So it was 15 single crochets per side, just as a mental note, but it's also on the pattern. So continue that, and we're gonna come to the end of this. So at the end of the corner you're just going to single crochet, and we're going to then chain 2, so 1, 2, and then just join it with a single crochet. Like that. Let's begin round number 7. Right where you're sitting you're going to chain 3, and in the same space, the corner space, I want you to double crochet once again. The corners on this round will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. You'll finish this corner when you come back around. To start this one you're going to chain 1, and you're going to skip the first one out and go to the second and apply a 3 together double crochet. This is called the cluster. So in this stitch here you start by wrapping the hook and going into the stitch, pull through 2 and hold. Don't finish it. And do that again. So wrap the hook, same stitch, pull through 2 and hold. Wrap and going in again, pull through 2 and hold. So you can see that there's 3 double crochets ready to come. You will see a total of 4 loops on the hook because this is the beginning one. You'll wrap and pull through all of that, and that's a cluster. To move to the next one that you need to create, then you are going to then just chain 1, skip the next stitch out, and then cluster into the next. So just wrap and into the next one, pull through 2 and hold, and you just keep gathering these stitches until you see 4 loops on the hook. Pull through all 4, chain 1, and then you're ready to move on. So I need you to do this all the way to the corner, and I will see you at the corner in just a moment. So I'm coming all the way across. I got my cluster. I'm gonna chain one. I'm gonna skip the last one before the corner, and then in the corner I'm going to apply 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and then I'll restart another side. So to start another side again, after you have that corner in, you just chain one, skip the first one out, go to the second and do your clusters. So you'll notice in the pattern it states that you have 7 of these clusters between the corners, and that's what your goal is. So please go all the way around. This is round number 7. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I'm just going to do my chain 2 and join it to the top of the first one there. You can also, just in case you don't know this, you can also do a half double crochet join to the top of the first chain 3 as well. It's 2 options. Jeannie taught me that many years ago, and it's always come in handy, and that puts you directly into the center of a corner. So this is the end of round number 7. Let's move on to round number 8. In round number 8, right where you're sitting, you're just gonna chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet into the corner. You'll finish this corner when you get back around. Each stitch and space gets a single crochet, so you're just gonna slam in a single crochet into each. So here's a space, so put it right into the space, and then put it into the top of the cluster, and the space and cluster, and etc. And that will help separate those clusters out from each other. So please do that all the way around. Remember, your corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and I'll be back in a moment and this is round number 8. So at the end of number 8, you're just gonna put a single crochet into the beginning corner. You can do your half double crochet join or your chain 2 and join. You decide what works for you. So let's move on now to round number 9. In round number 9, right where you're sitting in the corner, you'll just chain 3 and then double crochet into the same corner. So your corners on this round number 9 will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So starting in the very first one, and don't confuse this chain 1 for an example like as being an extra stitch. It's not. So make sure that when you do the first stitch that you're just concentrating right there. Look to your corners. See, this side should match this side, and hopefully that makes sense. So you want to do a back post double crochet around each one of the stitches. So you're just gonna come in and grab the first one and stay to the back side. We have separate tutorials available on stitches specifically if you're interested in that. So just using a back post double crochet around each of these single crochets that you did in the last round, and then you'll do that all the way to the corner, and then a corner, as I mentioned, is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Please do this all the way around. So I'm coming all the way around here on round number 9, just finishing my corner, and you can decide what you want to do and how you want to close it, and that's it. So let's move on to round number 10. Let's begin number 10. Just chain up right where you are, and in the corner it's going to be a single crochet. In the corners for number 10 will be 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. What we have here is that each stitch across will be a single crochet, and then again your corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Please do this all the way around for round number 10. I'm coming around on number 10 and just gonna come right to the end. Make sure you finish that corner, and then however you want to do it, chain 2 and slip stitch or half double crochet and join. You decide what you would like to do. Number 11 is next. Let's begin number 11. This is where it really catches your eye on the texture. So let's begin, and you're going to chain 3 right where you're sitting in the corner, and you're going to then put another double crochet. So the corners on this one will be then 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So just keep that in mind. So what we have here is that we are going to skip the next 3 stitches. So you're gonna skip 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to go to the 4th stitch away. And in the 4th stitch you are going to apply 3 double crochet, and we'll do this. So 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 1, and then 3 more double crochet into that same one. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So once that's done, is that you are then going to skip the next 3 stitches. So it's 1, 2 and 3, and in the fourth one away you want to double crochet the next 3 in a row. So 1, 2 and 3. And now you're going to continue this kind of repeating all the way across. So it's starting, and you're going to skip the next 3 and go to the fourth one over and do exactly what you just did here. So you're going to apply 3 double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, and then 3 more double crochet into the same one. Okay, skip the next 3, go to and put in double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And you'll repeat that across, and then when you're ready for the corner, which we are there right now, so we're gonna skip the next 3 and you'll apply, it's like a shell stitch. So it's 3 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 1, 3 double crochet. And this takes you then to the corner as being your next stitches. So you're gonna skip the next 3. So 1, 2, 3, there's your corner. So in the corners, as I mentioned, it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And you're going to repeat this sequence all the way around. So if you're not sure how to start again, just repeat back, and you're skipping the first 3, you'll do your shell work, and then these 3, and etc. So please do this all the way around. This is round number 11. So coming all the way back around, I've just got my last like big shell in there. I'm calling it a shell. Ginny never referred to it as any special stitch, so that's what I'm gonna call it. So we're going to then put in 2 double crochet at the beginning corner, and then you can do a half double crochet join or chain 2 and join, you decide. And now we're gonna move on to round number 12. In round number 12, we're going to play with front posts and back posts. In these shells that you see here, those are all going to be back posts that you have except for the middle space. And then this other part here and also the corners that you see here are going to be a front post. So let's begin. You're going to chain 3 right where you're sitting in the corner and double crochet. So the corners will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Starting with these 2, make them a front post double crochet. So wrap the hook, keep it on the front side. This shall work. The first 3 will each be a back post double crochet, so coming from the back, and this will keep the texture on the good side of the project, the right side. So all 3 are back post double crochet. In the chain 1 space that you have right here, you're going to apply a double crochet right into the space itself, and then the next 3 are back post double crochet. This is a lot simpler than I was expecting, which is awesome. You never know with these textures if you have to, like, you know, juggle balls and do all the whole 9 yards with it. So these 3 that are sitting straight on down, you'll make those as a front post double crochet each. So it's pretty straightforward actually. It's a nice easy round when I think about it. So just remember that these shells, they're each a back post double crochet. The space is going to be 1 double crochet right into the space, and then each one of these are a front post double crochet, and you'll do that all the way across and include those corners here as a front post double crochet, and then your corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. It's actually a pretty easy round, and I'll be right back in a moment at the end of this round, number 12. So I'm coming all the way around on number 12. The last 2 here are front post double crochet as we already know it to be, and then your final corner is 2 double crochet, and then you can join it with either a chain 2 and join or a half double crochet join, you decide. So let's move on to round number 13, which will conclude today's tutorial. Round number 13 is going to be the end of today's tutorial before moving on to next week's version that we have that will grow on top of this. So just chain up 1 and 1 single crochet into the corner. The corners will be single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So what we have here is that every stitch across will just be a single crochet. Nice and simple. You've done it before and that's all you need to do. And so corners, as I mentioned, is single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So please do this all the way around for round number 13 and I'll be back in a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around and I'm just single crocheting in each stitch. Corners were what we talked about. So the last corner is just single crochet and then I'm going to join it with the half double crochet join. So this is where we're going to leave you and we'll see you next time as we continue our Calming Comfort Afghan designed by Jeannie, and I'll see you in week number 2 next time. Bye bye.